as rescuers proceeded with their debilitating and appalling work in southeastern Texas on Tuesday evening. As the rain kept on falling and a store close to Houston overflowed, President Trump got a receiver to address several supporters who had assembled outside a firehouse close Corpus Christi and were droning, "USA. USA. USA. Much obliged to you, everyone," the president stated, donning one of the white USA tops that are being sold on his battle site for $40. "I simply need to state, we adore you. You are extraordinary. What a group. What a turnout." Once more, Trump figured out how to turn consideration on himself. His reactions to the annihilation caused by Hurricane Harvey have been more centered around the energy of the tempest and his organization's reaction than on the large number of Texans whose lives have been significantly changed by the floodwaters. He has spoken positively about the higher TV appraisals that accompany Tempest's scope, anticipated that he will soon be complimenting himself and utilized 16 outcry focuses and 22 frequently short of breath tweets about the tempest. Be that as it may, starting late Tuesday evening, the president still couldn't seem to specify those killed, approach different Americans to assist or specifically urge gifts to alleviation associations. "It is a troublesome exercise in careful control for presidents," said Matt Latimer, who was a speech specialist for President George W. Bramble. "You need to extend certainty that things will show signs of improvement, yet in the meantime you need to show sympathy for individuals who have lost everything. The president has a talent for the first, however so far he hasn't shown a considerable measure of ability at showing compassion. Furthermore, that is an issue. Since Harvey hammered into the Texas drift Friday night, the president has influenced his stunningness of the capable tempest to clear and utilized practically respecting terms to depict it, as though he were portraying a dawning Maturin activity motion picture rather than a cataclysmic event. 125 miles per hour winds. The president tweeted Friday as the tropical storm made landfall. Record-setting precipitation, he noticed the following day, alongside telling his FEMA executive, "The world is viewing. Wow, now specialists are calling Harvey an once-in-500-year surge." He tweeted on Sunday, following tweets advancing a book composed by a moderate sheriff and reporting a Wednesday trek to Missouri, and expressed that "I won by a great deal in 16. At a news gathering Monday, Trump kept on spouting over the tempest. "I've heard the words, epic. I've heard noteworthy. That's what it is," he stated, including that the storm will make Texas more grounded and the reconstructing exertion will be something extremely exceptional. By concentrating on the notable epicness of the typhoon, Trump has over and over handed regard for his part over going up against the catastrophe, a message strengthened by remarks and tweets applauding individuals from his organization. "In any event, the president is being bona fide," contended Barton Swaim, a previous speech specialist for then South Carolina Governor Sam Sanford, R., who is presently the feeling proofreader at the Weekly Standard. "What's more, regardless of what the president says, those contradicted to Trump will decipher it in the most exceedingly awful conceivable way," Swaim said. "I've generally imagined that these sorts of arrangements are a hopeless scenario for legislators," he said. "There's horrible reaction. In the event that you embed yourself, you look entrepreneurial. On the off chance that you don't, you look detached and disengaged." The powerful tempest didn't stop the president's end of the week at Camp David in Maryland, or crash his intents to report that he was exculpating Joe Arpaio, a previous province sheriff in Arizona who was indicted somewhere for disregarding a court request to stop racially profiling. Afterward, Trump said he wasn't endeavoring to cover the news on a Friday night, however rather expected the evaluations would be far higher than they would be typically due to scope of the tempest. While Trump's best helpers assembled with Vice President Pence at the White House throughout the end of the week, Trump video-conferenced in. On Saturday, he wore a white battle cap. On Sunday, he picked a red form. As of Tuesday evening, the two caps, which include USA on the front, 45 on a side and Trump in the back, were being sold on Trump's Crusade site, provoking Morals Guard dogs to blame the president for attempting to benefit off the emergency. Trump wore one of similar caps again Tuesday as he dared to Texas for a visit that a few commentators contend ought to have been deferred until the point when the rain had ceased and the flooding had gone down. He was joined by First Woman Melania Trump, who wore transcending dark stilettos and a green aircraft coat as she left Washington, yet changed into brilliant white tennis shoes and a dark top named Flotus before venturing off the plane in Texas. An associate conveyed 2 Louis Vuitton bags on board for the day trip. Leaving now for Texas. The president tweeted. On the ground in Corpus Christi, Trump and his escort flew out to a firehouse for a concise meeting with neighborhood and national authorities, including Texas Governor Greg Abbott, R., and the state's 2 congresspersons, Republicans Ted Cruz and John Cornyn. He adulated everybody for cooperating so well and alluded to his FEMA executive, Brock Long, as a man who's truly turned out to be extremely popular on TV in the course of the most recent few days. It's a genuine group, and we need to show improvement over ever some time recently. We need to be taking a gander at it in 5 years and quite a while from now, as this is the best approach to do it, Trump said. This was of incredible scale. No one's at any point seen anything like this. What's more, I simply need to state that working with the representative and his whole group has been a respect for us. He at that point expressed gratitude toward the representative and included, and we won't state congrats. We would prefer not. We would prefer not to salute. We'll compliment each other when it's all together wrapped up. The president's remarks, which kept going negligible minutes, rankled a considerable lot of the individuals who served in President Barack Obama's organization and couldn't envision their previous supervisor consistently acting this way. It's not a period for crowing about group, said Alyssa Mastromenico, a previous vice president of staff of operations for Obama. This climate occasion isn't even finished yet. They have no clue the harm that has been caused and what number of individuals will require a place to live when this is finished. It's cataclysmic, not epic. Before Trump set out to Austin for another preparation, he tended to supporters assembled outside, climbing a stepping stool situated between 2 crisis vehicles and behind a dark SUV. With his better half next to him, he seemed as though he were tending to a political rally rather than a state attempting to begin to recoup, yet it was a tone that coordinated the shouting swarm. Some there conveyed Master Trump signs and banners. I will let you know. This is memorable, it's epic, what happened, Trump let them know. Be that as it may, guess what? It occurred in Texas, and Texas can deal with anything. Before he left, he grabbed a Texas hail and waved it gradually noticeable all around.